Look what's across the street. I'm sitting here. Out of all the places, I just decided to sit here. I decided to sit here, and I didn't even notice this until I was about to get ready to leave. I already seen another sign already, but this is a sign. This is what I'm talking about. Like when God is speaking to you, He will send you signs. It's like, okay, Ashley, yes. This spoke to my spirit. Like we are in covenant together. We are in a marriage. Okay, thank you, Lord. So God is your first husband. He is the person that you give your heart to first. You give your heart to God first, and He sees it for someone else to have your heart, because that person that gets your heart is a man of God or a woman of God. They have to have a heart of God to be involved with you, because you are God's child. God is your first husband. You are in a marriage with God first. When you go out and try to find your own husband and wife, then that's when you lose. You deceive yourself thinking that you can find your own stuff, because you think you know better than God, and you don't. I had to learn the hard way, and I had to end up with somebody that did not love me. Now I know that God is the person that loves me the most, so I give my heart to Him. He gives my heart away to somebody that loves Him and has a heart for Him. That is how it works. You cannot go outside and think you can find a man or a wife on your own, because you do not know what you want more than God knows. So, God is your first husband. God is your first husband. You give your heart to God first, and then God takes your heart, heals it, does a beautiful work in it, and then brings you someone that will take care of it, that will honor it, that will make sure they don't hurt you or do anything bad to you, because that person also has a heart of God. When you go into the world and you want to get your own man or husband, or you, Hakeem, he look cute, or whatever his name is, he cute, and whatever who her name is, she got a fatty or whatever, you are doing something. You are doing a disservice to yourself. I can't find love because you haven't found God. God is love. No, I don't care what you do. You will never be happy, because God is not your head, of the head of your life. You will never be happy. You need to do the hard work. You need to do the hard work and heal yourself. God will send you somebody that has your heart. When you go out and you get married, you go out and find a boyfriend or a woman or a wife or whatever, and that person doesn't honor you, abuses you, constantly lies to you, and you find yourself being involved with somebody you never even knew who it was. I went through that very thing. That's why I'm telling you now, because I was disobedient to God, and I did not love myself, and I was outside of His will. That is what you get when you do not honor God. God will show you, like, God will take you all the way through it just to bring you out of it and show you, like, hey, I've been telling you the whole time that this was no good for you. But your pride, your ego, or just plain being in pain, you wanted to stay at that place. It's the truth. God is your first husband. And no matter what you say, what you do, no matter what you're looking at the next person or anything, you can't destroy somebody or do anything to somebody who has built up their platform and built up their relationship with God. You cannot destroy somebody that has built their relationship up with God, and be mad because of be mad because of this person obtaining something that God gave them, because of the hard work they did to get it. They had to die to themselves to get the love that God had for them. They did the work. I used to be so upset about girls who had men, and then when I looked at their stories, these women went through a lot of things like I did, but gave their life to God, and the men did too. They did the healing work. They exercised. They loved themselves. They read their Bible. They fasted. They prayed, and now they're in loving relationships with good men that love them. But that's God. That's what God does. So God is my first husband. I don't go around looking for sex. I don't go around looking for men. I don't go to the club. I don't go on dating apps. I used to do all that stuff. I never went to the club, but I used to go on dating apps. I don't do that anymore. That's the devil's playground. Dating apps are the devil's playground. Those TV shows where you get married in 10 minutes and 30 minutes, or marriage in 3 days. I think one in rarity that works out, but that don't work out because that's not God. But the world wants you to continue to be defiled by God. Oh, if I go on this show, I can find me a man. No. God is your husband first. And until people realize that, they will be unhappy and sad inside. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at your situation and circumstance when you find out your man been cheating on you this whole time, or when you find out that woman didn't really love you this whole time, and she been planning on leaving you for years. Cheating on you with your cousin, cheating on you with your coworker, he cheating on you with your best friend. People are wondering why this all happens. And it happens to the cutest women too. Not just ugly women too, anybody. People think it's how you look. No, it's not how you look. The enemy don't care how you look. The devil does not care how you look. He will use you and use other people to destroy you and use you to destroy yourself. Because you have not aligned yourself with God's word. So you want a man so bad. You want a marriage so bad. And God gave you over to what you wanted so bad. You didn't want him so bad. You wanted your marriage in that man. And that's what you got. I had to learn the hard truth. I had to accept that. Some people can't accept it. And that's fine. But one thing I know for sure, I'm doing the work, and I've done the healing work, and I've acknowledged the fact that I was not right, I was wrong, and what I decided to do, that I completely defiled God and went the other way, and that's what he gave me over to. He gave me over to what I chose, because he's not going to force you to go after him. You are suffering, you are with a person that's lying and cheating on you, that is deception. That is not God. You need to run fast away from that person, because they will just completely destroy you. Anybody that will lie to you and hurt you constantly will kill you. Don't you see that's why women get killed all the time by their partners and they sleep and stuff? Because the enemy is influencing them to do so. Because the enemy hates you. You're God's people. The enemy hates you. The fact that you're even made in God's image. He hates you. So he will use anybody he can to destroy you, and especially if you're under the enemy's will. If you're living in sexual pleasures, watching porn, doing all kind of stuff, sleeping with people's husbands, sleeping with other people around, and all kind of stuff. I'm not fornicating. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying it's the truth. You are far from God's grace. But if God has chosen you, somehow you just always win. But ultimately, you will come into knowing that God has chosen you, or has his hand on you. Because I'm like, God, how come I always get in these situations and you always save me? Because God has a plan for you. He will use you for his glory. This is him using me for his glory. Me telling you the truth about what happened to me. I did the thing. I did that. I decided to love a man and he left me for dead. And went off and married somebody else. And he wanted to completely destroy me. That's what he wanted. But it didn't happen. Because here I am. Still thriving, still surviving, and he thought that would kill me, because that devil wants to break your heart so bad that you literally give up on love, or you literally give up on hope. There's so many people in my life that's jealous of me, and I'm like, God, there must be something great. When people show their jealousy towards me, now I know I'm just favored. I'm favored. This is what I'm meant to do. I'm favored, because there's no way that all these people are coming at me. And I haven't stepped into my purpose. I'm going to do what God told me to do and step into what I'm supposed to do. Because you're so mad. Because you're so mad at the truth. You're mad at the truth. You know it hurts. But you need to do the healing work you need to do. And allow yourself to be loved by God himself. And stop choosing to idolize yourself and idolize other men and women to fill voids because you haven't done the work to heal yet. Do your job. Don't be mad at people that do their job and get the reward from God, which is love. Don't be mad at other people that did the work. Don't be mad. Do what you need to do. So, once you give your heart to God, he gives you a way in marriage to experience him in bodily form, in flesh. That's what a marriage is. A marriage is God positioning you with somebody he chose for you to be in union in flesh. You experience God's love in a person. But you've already done the work to get what you are. You did the healing. You allow God to pluck and prune you, because you are his garden. Your heart is his garden. I've shared books on that. And now you get to enjoy a man or a woman with a heart for God and you, that will love you, never hurt you, never deceive you. You don't have to never worry about them trying to go behind your back and stab you. This person wants the best for you. This person wants to know who you are, know everything about you.